Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Today we are going to make something very interesting, that is Sevai. Sevai is also known as idiyappam. It is called by different names in different regions. And I am going to show you how to make 6 different varieties of Sevai. So before we begin, first we have to make the basic Sevai dough or idiyappam dough. I have shown how to make idiyappam in an earlier video also. Again, now I'll show you the process of making the basic idiyappam dough, and then we'll go on to making the different Sevai varieties. And it is simple, very healthy and nutritious also. For that you need 1 cup of rice flour. So first I'll teach you how to make the basic idiyappam dough, and then with that dough we'll go on to more varieties. So you take the rice flour, put it in an empty kadai and dry roast it over a low flame till it becomes very hot. Now it is very hot, you can see the steam coming out. Switch it off. Next, we have to heat water. So we require slightly more than 1 cup of water for 1 cup of rice flour. So what I'll do, I'll take 1.5 cups of water and keep it for boiling. The water is coming to a boil. Now I'll add some salt to the idiyappam flour, a little bit of salt. Mix it together well. Now this water, add it little by little to the flour and go on mixing it till you get the correct consistency of the dough. Again, it depends on the quality of the rice flour, so we cannot say the exact measurement of the water. Sometimes the rice flour will require more water, sometimes less. So here I have taken little more than, now this is, it requires little more water. See, we have poured water little by little. This is the consistency. Add about 2 teaspoons of oil to this. Again mix it well. It is very hot. I have taken a white cloth, wet it thoroughly and kept it on a plate. Now transfer this onto this cloth. Since it is difficult to knead being very hot, if you put it in a wet cloth like this, and then you can knead it easily. I just opened the cloth and shown you. This is how your batter should be. Should not stick to your hands. Cover it with a wet cloth and keep it aside. Going to steam them. For that, take sufficient water in a cooker and allow it to come to a boil. Next, we can make this. Now we are going to make them to fill the plates and not as individual idiyappams. We are going to make them broader and flatter. You can use a set of plates like this, or you have typical an idiyappam making stand like this. You can use. You don't have that also, you can use your regular idli plate and squeeze out the idiyappam on this. The choice is yours. Today I am going to use this. Now take out the dough. As I said, always keep it covered in a wet cloth so that it doesn't dry out. Next, I have greased all the plates with some oil like this. Kept it ready. The water should be hot when you place the idli stand inside the cooker. Only then you will get good soft sevai. Place it inside the save press, and we are going to use this holes with the plate with the small holes in it. Now close it. Now squeeze it out like this onto the idli plates. Nice long strands you should get. That means that your dough is perfect and your idiyappam or a sevai is going to be very soft. I told you we are going to have 6 varieties of sevai. That's why I am using these 6 plates so that I can show you each variety with 1 plate of sevai. We have squeezed out the idiyappam dough into all the plates. The water is also boiling. Now let us just arrange them and keep it inside the cooker. Place it inside the cooker and allow it to steam for 8 to 10 minutes. Now I have switched it off. Let's open it and see. Check, just wet your hands with water. Touch this, nothing is sticking. That means it is done. Now we'll remove the stand from the cooker and we have to allow it to cool very well. This is the basic plain sevai. We have not added any seasoning or other ingredients to this. This is the plain sevai. So using this plain sevai, we are going to make varieties of sevais, about 6 different varieties. So first of all, you have to take it out and allow it to cool. When it is cool, you can just transfer it into a greased plate like this. I have greased this plate with oil. Transfer it and keep it ready. So first we are going to make the coconut sevai. I have kept a pan here to heat. And I am going to show you only small quantities of each. So I will be using very little ingredients. Take a little bit of oil. Add some mustard seeds. Some Urad Dal. Some Channa Dal. A few green chillies. A few cashew nuts which I have broken. Some curry leaves. A little bit of hing. Saute all these together. Next, adding this sevai. Mix it with a light hand over a low flame. You don't want to break up the sevai too much. You should retain the long strands. And add a little bit of salt. Remember, we have already added salt to the rice flour while making the idiyappam or sevai dough. Half a cup of freshly grated coconut. Add it to this. And just stir all of it together for just 1 or 2 minutes. Your lovely tasty coconut sevai is now ready to be served. You can take it out into a serving bowl. Next we'll make lemon sevai. Again, transfer it to a greased plate. Next, let's get the seasoning ready. A teaspoon of oil. Quarter teaspoon of mustard seeds. Quarter teaspoon Urad Dal. Quarter teaspoon Channa Dal. A few dry red chillies. Some green chillies chopped. A little bit of chopped ginger. A few groundnuts. And some curry leaves. Also add a pinch of turmeric and stir fry this till the groundnuts and the dals are well roasted. Next, add in, you see, lovely soft string poppers for sevai. Mix it all together. Add the required quantity of salt. Switch it off. And finally, add some lemon juice to this. And you can also add a few coriander leaves. Your lemon sevai is now ready. For the third type of sevai, this is pepper jeera sevai. For this, I am taking some pepper and some jeera. 1/4 teaspoon of each I have taken, because I am making only with small quantity of sevai, as I am telling you. More quantity of sevai, you can increase these ingredients. Coarsely crush them like this. Next, for this, take some ghee. Take a teaspoon of ghee. It will taste better than oil for the pepper jeera sevai. Heat it. Add some mustard seeds. A few curry leaves. Some broken pieces of cashew nut. Add this plain sevai. And then coarsely crushed pepper and jeera. Saute them together and add a little bit of salt to taste. Mix it all together like this. Now it's ready. Let us remove this onto a bowl. See, generally when we make sevai at home and where there are many members in the family, each person has his own favorite. Somebody might like coconut sevai, another person might be fond of lemon sevai or pepper sevai. So this way, if you make the plain sevai, you can please everybody and have wide variety. Okay, now on to the fourth type, that is vegetable sevai. Mixed vegetable sevai. Again, take a teaspoon of oil. Season it with some mustard, urad dal, cumin seeds. Today I have taken some chopped carrot, capsicum and some frozen peas. If you have beans or cauliflower also, you can chop and add it. Now add the vegetables one by one. Finely chopped capsicum, carrot. I like to add a few groundnuts also to this. Some curry leaves and green peas. Add a little bit of salt, a little bit of hing and saute it. Also add a small pinch of turmeric powder. I have not added any onions to this, because especially when we have elders at home and they have sevai on special days of fasting like Ekadashi or Amavas, when they don't eat onions or garlic, and this is a highly nutritious food also since it is steamed or double boiled. So I am just making it with that in mind. Saute it till the vegetables are cooked. Now if you are adding some beans or cauliflower, you can just sprinkle a little bit of water so that it gets properly cooked. But be sure that all the water has dried up and it is totally dry before you add the sevai. Don't add the sevai if it has water, then it won't taste good. Now in goes the plain sevai. Mix it all up. If you like, you can even add a little bit of grated coconut to it. Stir fry it, a few coriander leaves, and it's done. Next on to sevai number 5, and that is curd sevai. Again, we have taken out the sevai, allowed it to cool. Now here I have some curd with me, just beaten it lightly with a spoon and added salt to it. You can add your sevai to this curd. Next, we are just going to season it. Have some oil, mustard seeds, Urad dal, a few green chillies, some chopped ginger, some curry leaves. Pour this seasoning on top of the curd sevai and top it up with some finely chopped coriander leaves. This curd sevai is very cool and refreshing, especially in summers. So that is also ready now. Next, and now for the final sevai. This is for people with a sweet tooth who especially like sweet sevais. So here we are going to make a sweet sevai with jaggery and coconut. So I have taken some coconut in a pan and just add a drop of water, little bit of water, just to allow it to melt. Jaggery has melted. This is some freshly grated coconut. Add it also and let it all come together. Just stir fry for a few minutes till the water dries up. Meanwhile, I have taken some ghee in a pan and I am going to fry some cashew nuts in it for the sweet sevai. Add a little bit of cardamom powder to this and add in your fried cashew nuts in ghee, and then finally this sevai. Mix it all together and your sweet sevai is also ready. So your 6 varieties of sevai are ready. We have coconut sevai, lemon sevai, pepper jeera sevai, mixed vegetable sevai, curd sevai and sweet sevai. Sevai is very nutritious, easily digestible, good for everyone, children, adults and the elderly people. You can serve it at breakfast, you can serve it as a tea time snack, you can serve it for dinner also. And of course for your lunchbox recipes also, for kids or adults you can use this. Earlier on it was a big process where we had to soak the rice, dry it on a cloth, get it ground in the mill. But here nowadays we get ready-made rice flour. I have just used the ready-made rice flour only for making these sevais. And then we used to have something like a tripod stand which is called a sevanadi, made of iron. It used to be, this much in height. And then one of us would catch the leg so that it doesn't move, and the other person had to rotate the wheel and then take out the sevai. Today this has become very easy to prepare. So do try out making this sevai. Share your comments with me on Geeta's Kitchen. Subscribe to Geeta's Kitchen and tap the bell icon for notifications about my latest videos. Thank you.